What's up, guys? Shay. Today we'll be checking out a video called AGT Exposed. MGN reaction channel tells us little fans to get over the AGT champions scandals. Okay, before you guys watch this video, highly suggest going back and watching my reaction to MGN's, I want to say, call out video. That's kind of what it was, a call out video to, I'm guessing, you guys who are watching, and also react to the World YouTube channel, of which we're about to check out his response to that video. I didn't understand the point of Ovella sharing his thoughts on that, because he kind of contradicted himself, commenting on the unnecessary drama, and didn't really understand why the fans are making such a big deal of this. I don't think it's very hard to understand, but I've been waiting to watch this particular video all day. You guys have been filling my comment section up with this unnecessary drama, and I want to add my 2 cents. So let's check this out.
I'm accused of clickbaiting people with hashtag no shame. Well, I'm going to tell you what I think. Let's do this. Yo, it's Joe Master Lee.
John
Today
Master
I want to
Lee.
make a video about how I'm being called out because of my AGT Exposed series.
Wait, we're going to be doing a lot of pausing for this because this guy's very good at what he does. Makes a lot of other points. I can't talk over it because I'm going to miss what he's saying. But my thoughts on why John is being called out is because he's been gaining high volume of traffic when it comes to the Filipino audience, which obviously Ovella shares that same audience. And I'm pretty sure that's why he's chimed in on this whole drama by saying we should not get involved in the drama, but still posting a video that involves the drama, therefore attracting the same viewers to his channel, to his video. It's like saying you're not going to eat the last ice cream while actually eating the last ice cream. I don't know if that was a great way to describe it, but that's pretty much what he's done here.
And how AGT is taking advantage of all the talent that's going on our show, from Marcelino to Angelina to pretty much everyone.
True, I forgot about
must
Angelina.
becoming a big enough YouTuber when a fellow YouTuber who has over 600,000 subscribers by the name of Avila runs this channel called Music Game News calls me out.
How you say his
So
name?
he runs a couple of channels. He is a reactor, and he predominantly covers things from the Philippines. And of course, if you've been following our channel recently, especially if you're a big Marcelito fan, you realize he is in the limelight these days because of his amazing run on America's Got Talent Champions and his amazing ability to sing with 2 voices, and with a lot of controversy that's been going on with this particular season of AGT that we know is actually controversy that's been going on for quite some time.
I think people are focusing on the wrong thing.
It's quite worked up though.
People
That's
keep
like
focusing
the first thing I
on the
noticed.
fact that maybe Marcelito was treated unfairly. I don't care about that.
So someone like Avila thinks that everyone should just get over it. That when it comes to a show like AGT, manipulating viewers is an acceptable part of the game. He says, just focus on the talent. Ignore how they are treated. That's hard for me to do when I empathize with how they're being treated.
Exactly.
So this is what Avila has posted up on his YouTube channel, basically calling me out. Looks like AGT Exposed
Mate, what
has
happened to the
become a
club?
clickbait term on YouTube. Some YouTubers are abusing of it. Hashtag no shame. Now I know he's talking
Bro, that's
about me because
quite
I'm the
rich
one
coming
who
from
coined
him too,
AGT
might I add.
Exposed in the last couple of weeks in a series of videos that I've been making on this subject matter.
I think you've got a massive career in front of you. I really, really do.
That's so shady though, the way they've done that.
I think you've got a
I still can't get over
massive
that.
career in front of you. I really, really do.
This is what I'm going to say about this. By the way, I actually did write to Olivia directly after I saw these posts from him, and he ended up.
But did he
deleting
do
them.
the
So I'm
same?
gonna
Did he
share
do the
with
same
y'all
prior to making the
right
video?
here
Probably
what
not,
I
because
told
he didn't do it for
him.
me.
So he thinks I'm
Only
abusing
afterwards.
this term, AGT Exposed, that I'm trying to clickbait people to watch my videos, and that I have no shame in doing so. And my answer to that is, you're darn straight I am. In fact, I am deliberately fueling the spread of this wildfire. And
Oh, wow.
I'm not quite done yet. This is the thing that Avila doesn't get. I am very passionate about the entertainment business.
I can tell.
I've been working in the entertainment business for my entire career. And
Oh,
even
wow.
now, as I'm doing YouTube, I guess you can still say I'm in the entertainment business.
Definitely.
And having been on both sides of the business, in terms of being an executive and also being the creator, I realized how much I am connected with fellow artists and creators and what they have to go through. And I knew that as I started to dig into what happens with reality TV shows, I really wanted to tackle this issue and move beyond just making reaction videos. And in fact, reaction videos on our channel here was one of the training wheels for us. In other words, it became a way for us to learn how to do YouTube.
Exactly.
I had to learn how to use a camera, how to talk in front of the camera, how to do lights, how to do research. And as I got comfortable with it, I started to venture into topics that I'm very passionate about, like the whole AGT Exposed series. And I'm happy to say that I'm shameless about promoting it because I think it's something important that people need to talk about, especially in light of the fact that the show is on right now. And in about a week when the show is over, I realize a lot of the interest is going to die down. So I've been very aggressive about trying to make sure I make a video about this as often as I can the last couple of weeks while people's attention is on this matter. For some reason, Avila thinks that what I'm doing is taking advantage of the Filipino people, right? He literally posts this up on his community saying, would you have fought this hard to expose AGT if a Filipino wasn't participating? The answer to that, my friend, is absolutely. Now, if Avila really cared about Marcelito,
I mean, if you're aware about it, why wouldn't you?
He must love Marcelito enough because he's made about 8 videos out of his last 11 covering Marcelito. Rather than tell Marcelito and his fans to just get over it, perhaps make a video on how Marcelito can overcome this. Provide some strategies on how he can take his career to the next level. Actually show him how he is bigger than AGT. You know, like I did when I made this video, sharing my advice and my knowledge of how the music industry works and how social media works so that he can grow a big presence.
I might have to check this video out.
There's nothing but positivity and good advice in this video. Oh, and as for why I have a particular Filipino bias, well, my wife is Filipino.
If you like this video, make sure you leave a like.
I mean, there's your pass right there.
Half my family is Filipino, so yeah, I can't quite help to say that I do have a bias there.
Right, he doesn't do any research.
The Filipinos have a massive
Avila doesn't do any research before making
people.
these videos.
I mean, shoot, you have a whole channel dedicated to that. So yeah, you would know. Filipinos for the win. It's interesting that Avila, in particular, is calling out the Filipino community. What he doesn't seem to get is that the Filipinos have suffered so much injustice over the years as a country, as a population, because of corruption. And on top of that, so many fellow countrymen and women who work overseas are treated poorly and are taken advantage of. What he doesn't understand and what he doesn't see is that people like Lulu's mom, who has to leave behind her life and her family in the Philippines to go work in another country just to be able to provide for the family. And how when she sees something like Marcelito being treated, it's hard for someone like her to not empathize with that. Yeah. Because what we're seeing with Marcelito is someone who's able to rise above it all and yet still being treated poorly. You may say that's just part of the game. I say that reactors like us can help change the game. Marcelito is caught up in something here that is much bigger than him. And I want to make sure as many people hear about this because a lot of artists are suffering from this. And in fact, this is so important to me that I am perfectly fine with other reactors ride my research and make their own views. Shoot, some reactors even take my research and my clips that I film while at the show and doing my analysis, put in their own watermark on it, claiming it as their own.
Oh, yeah, some bullshit.
And you know what? I'm perfectly fine with that.
Oh, this guy's
the reason why I'm perfectly fine with this is because for the first time, I am seeing so many reactors finally making commentary videos about this issue, rather than just making reaction videos where they're just sitting there and watching. Maybe these reactors are finally waking up and saying, well, if I really care about the talent that I'm covering, maybe I should do more than just react to these videos. Maybe I should be more than just saying that was a beautiful performance, but also understand what plight they're going through, their trials and their tribulations.
Exactly, it's not just about reactions.
In this process, as I'm trying to clickbait you to watch my videos, and as these reactors are making their own videos, maybe they realize that all of us combined can expose an issue that's been going on for quite some time in the reality TV world, affecting the talent that we love so much.
Mate, we can do anything.
Ignore all these
I've been saying this for a long
things that are going on with the show, which is just one step away from asking people to just ignore corruption as it's developing.
There are so many creators and YouTubers that are, making videos about the fact that AGT is a show that is cheating the performance, and Marcelito Pomoy in particular.
Dude's mindset.
Who cares?
It's his mindset.
I say, who cares?
Hey, they say, it's just how business is done. This sort of thing is normal. That if we don't like it, we should just go watch something else. Take our business elsewhere.
So let the drama stay on the side.
I just kind of think about like how I sit here as a reactor and just feel like if all I'm doing is reactions and that's it, I don't think I'm having a meaningful impact on this platform.
Wait, this guy's man. He just mentioned the impact. This is what I've been saying throughout my trips to the Philippines. It's not just about reaction videos. If you guys have seen my season 5 vlogs in the Philippines, you will notice that I was questioning what my purpose was and the impact that I wanted to leave behind. I didn't want to be stuck in a box just making reaction videos because there's more to all of this than reaction videos. Yes, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for reaction videos, but all of us can use what we've built on YouTube, from making reaction videos to making a bigger impact in this world. And by using our voice, this platform, anything is possible if you just put your mind to it, believe in what you're actually doing, believe in what you're saying, instead of just sitting back and saying, no, this isn't a big deal. Because that's essentially what he was saying in this video. He was telling you guys how to think, which is why I think a lot of you guys were getting pissed off by the video, because it was almost like he was trying to control the Filipino audience as a whole across all channels. That's kind of what it came down to for me.
If all I'm doing is reactions and that's it, I don't think I'm having a meaningful impact on this platform. I mean, if
I'm
anything,
so
it
glad
actually
you
feels
mentioned
like
that, because
I'm
that's
just
exactly
part
how
of
I
the
feel.
problem, that I'm kind of like these big companies who are just taking advantage of these artists to just get my views, just for my own personal gain.
pretty much, if
I just
that's
hope that
what you've
all
done.
these different reactors who are jumping on this trend realize which side of the fence they sit on. The funny thing is, Avila, I think the best way to convey why this is important is to frame it in a way that you as a fellow YouTuber would get. And that is that if you are so concerned about like how YouTube takes advantage of you, we see a lot of videos online these days from reactors about how YouTube is blocking your video and how YouTube takes advantage of you and how it's so hard to make money on YouTube because of these ridiculous
that's why I've still got a
copyright
full-time
laws
job,
that big
but
companies are taking advantage of and really harassing
It's just the vlog
small
videos that annoy
creators
me.
like you.
I don't really care about
You know,
the whole
way I
copyright
edit my
thing so
videos
much.
are also creative and everything, but you know,
Claims,
YouTube
I mean.
does not care about that, so they basically do not follow the rule of fair use.
Well, it's not much different than what I see with a show like America's Got Talent and what they're doing to someone like Marcelito or Angelina or just about any other act. So yes, I am very impassionate about this, and yes, I am fighting for it. I want to say I'm a conspiracy theorist or someone who has an agenda. I am simply raising how a show that I once really, really loved, as someone who watched it, and as someone with my wife react to all the different acts, I'm realizing the show has ventured to an area that I'm not comfortable with anymore. And if these practices aren't brought to light, you can be sure they think they can push it further. And at this point, I do believe they're transgressing to an area where viewer manipulation is resulting in a lot of people feeling like they're being taken advantage of. I mean, you just look at all the fans out there who are leaving comments in our videos in terms of how they feel like the show is
attracting
rigged,
a lot of
how
viewers
they feel
about
like they've been
this.
taken
I'm not
advantage of, how
mad.
they can't
I'm not
trust
mad.
what they see anymore. So Vila, you think I'm creating clickbait? That I'm creating videos that is all hype and no substance? Well, let me just show you how much substance go into this video series exposing AGT. I've been doing research on this for the last 6 months, ever since we started covering AGT, have gone to the live shows, have talked with people at the live shows, have asked them very specific questions of what happened versus what didn't happen, and have actually talked with a number of different contestants. And also,
See, I trust this guy's
videos
word
online of past
just based on
contestants,
that.
other people who have exposed some of these different things before as well. So I have done my research, because what I'm trying to show here isn't a one-time issue with Marcelito. What I'm trying to show here is that there is a pattern of behavior that is going to affect someone like Marcelito and the next artist from the Philippines and the next artist after that from another country, from anywhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, the controversies this year has helped me get my message out there. And Marcelito and these other artists have unfortunately been caught up in the mix, so I use them as examples to hammer home how real the problem is. I mean, after all, Marcelito does have a huge fan base who really care about his well-being. He struggled through a lot, and they're very protective of him. So the message to you, Avila, is this. Even though you built your channel up around being a reactor, if you take a step back and you realize what the opportunity in life provides for you, what YouTube provides for you, this platform and your fan base, you are not just a reactor. Realize there are issues in this entertainment business that affect you as well. They affect your livelihood and they affect your fellow creators. And I say you should cover it with gusto. Create something that leaves an impact. In the meantime, for everyone else who's just checking out my channel,
someone's on the same line.
Stay tuned for some interesting announcements, for some new initiatives that I'm working on that I'm happy to share with you all. All right, y'all. Peace out.
Mate, this dude is a bloody legend. John Marcelito, react to the world. Go subscribe to his channel. Not only did John make some very valid points, he was able to express himself a lot better than I did in my previous video. But to hear someone say that you're not just a reactor, you have no idea how refreshing it is to hear someone else say that. Because Dan and I, EAP Films Official, we've been struggling with trying to project that we are not just reactors, that there is more to our channels, us as content creators, than reaction videos. So to hear this guy say this, and knowing that this video would have reached many of you guys who are subscribed to his channel, I'm hoping you guys can take that on board when you're viewing our content, because that has been a huge thing for me since I've got back from my last trip to the Philippines. Along with my fellow YouTube reactors, I feel like we've made an impact when it comes to reaction videos and supporting and celebrating your Filipino artists. But there is more than one way to go about doing that. I mean, I feel like I've done so much of that in my own way outside of reaction videos that I am in the transition of finding even more ways to do that, which is why I kind of took a break from doing the reaction videos and trying to finish the vlogs and working and saving my money so I can do all these other things that I have planned for the channel. But I believe John is genuine when it comes to making these videos, exposing AGT and covering all these different topics within the one show. You can tell by the way he delivers his message and the extent of research that he puts into these videos. I feel like Avila, I feel like he was having a bit of a hissy fit. I feel like that's what that video was. And just not being able to empathize with his audience, which still baffles me, because your entire audience, majority of your audience is Filipino. And the fact that you couldn't resonate with them on this matter and not even see it from their point of view just blows my mind. Because you've been covering Filipino content for how long? See, I almost feel like this is a sign that you may need to take a break. Perhaps get out of your little bubble for a week or two and then come back. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying this is my observation on this little, I don't even want to call it beef. I don't even think it's beef. It's just disagreement. And although my 2 cents really isn't necessary, I think everything that John mentioned in the video is pretty much spot on. I say keep going, keep dropping these videos. Not only are you serving a purpose to Filipino audience, Marcelito, I feel like only good can come from this. Yes, there is a certain amount of drama to an extent, but in exchange of what you could get from doing this, I'm not talking about views, I'm not talking about monetary gain, I'm not talking about subscribers. I mean actually making an impact, making a change. And the thing is, not everyone's going to see it from that point of view. A lot of people will see it as clickbaiting and writing Filipinos, writing the artist, trying to gain more of an audience, but not everyone is like that. We're not just trying to gain from it. And even me saying that, obviously, there's going to be people that think, oh, bullshit, you're just trying to get more subscribers, you're just trying to get more ad revenue, even though we don't get a hell of a lot from this anyway. I sure as I don't get a hell of a lot of money from this. But I see no reason why we can't talk about this, why we can't shed light to this, why we can't bring attention to this. We're still focusing on the music, but I think that's all I really need to say. I feel like John pretty much covered the whole thing. I don't even feel like I need to say anything, but I'll leave it on this note. Next time you decide to make a call out video, make sure you do your research, and after the research, make sure you reach out to that person and try to see if you can get some answers from that person so you can prevent adding fuel to the fire. Because if you're going to be handing out advice, make sure it's not advice that you could be in fact taking yourself. But we're going to leave it there. Make sure to subscribe to React to the World. I highly recommend this channel. It's actually a breath of fresh air.